Welcome to ExplorinVictorian. Today we're going to be making apricot pudding. Today's recipe comes to us from an 1893 book called 10 Foods and How to Use Them. Now I'm going to go ahead and put the recipe up on the screen here, but I'm also going to have it down in the description below. So let's get started. The first thing I want to do is go ahead and open up my can of milk. I've got my can opener here, my Bully can opener. You may have seen this in the other video that I did that featured this when I cooked the peaches. And if not, we're going to go ahead and link that up here for you. Now that we've got our can open, just going to go ahead and drain this into a quart jar. Now the recipe says we need a pint of milk made from condensed. So what I'm going to do is just drain this into my jar, and once it's drained, I'm going to take it to the kitchen. I'm going to fill the jar up to about the halfway mark with water, and I'm going to stir it and get it mixed completely. And then we're going to pour it into a saucepan and get it boiling. The other thing I'm going to go ahead and do is open my can of apricots and drain them. So I drained our can of apricots into the cup here so that I could get them out and work with them a little easier. And I needed to make a pint of milk. And so it dawned on me, it doesn't say this in the recipe, but it was just an idea I had. I went ahead and poured that apricot juice in on top of my condensed milk. And then I rinsed the can out with just a little bit of water to bring us up here to the 1 pint mark. I gave it a real good stir. And so now what I'm going to do is take my saucepan. I'm just going to pour this into my saucepan, and I'm going to go put it on the stove. The recipe says that it needs to be boiling. So I'm going to go set this on the stove. I'm going to let it boil. So I've sliced up some stale bread. And we need half a pint. Kind of break this up into bigger chunks. Got a pint jar here, and we'll fill this up about halfway. I preset my oven to 375. I prepped my ingredients while the milk was on the stove. I'm going to go ahead and dump them into this bowl. Pour our milk in while boiling. And we're going to stir. We're going to add our 2 eggs, well beaten. And we're going to add our half a can of apricots chopped. We're going to give this a good quick stir. Then I took a pie pan, went ahead and buttered it, and we are just going to pour this mixture into our pie pan. And I'm going to go stick this in the oven for 30 minutes. So I mentioned that while I had my milk getting up to temperature, I preset my oven to 375. This recipe doesn't give a bake temperature, just a bake time. And I went ahead and assumed a moderate oven. In recipes from the 19th century, you see quick oven, moderate oven, slow oven. So I just assumed a moderate oven, which kind of translates to about 350 to 375. I went with the 375. We're going to bake it for a half hour that the recipe does mention, and then we're going to check it and see how it turns out. So I baked our pudding at 375 for 30 minutes, checked on it. It still needed a little more time. I gave it 5 more minutes, checked on it again, and gave it another 5 after that. And this is how it came out of the oven. I think either 400 for 30 minutes or 375 for probably maybe 38 minutes straight would have been a good time for this. So we've got our pudding here in front of us. We gave it a little bit of time to cool. Naomi fixed some tea for her, some coffee for myself. And you ready to try some of this?
Sure. That looks good.
Well, give it a bite. Tell me what you think.
It's amazing that that's made from breadcrumbs. The texture is smooth. You have the apricots in there, the cooked apricots, kind of that not chewy, but the soft fruit flavor and texture with the sweet pudding. It is a sweet treat between the fruit and the condensed milk, but honestly, I wouldn't say overly sweet, like anticipated as a dessert or something like that. But this isn't, you know, something that's so full of sugar or anything like that. This has very nice natural sweetness, and the texture and the flavor, everything is wonderful.
Yeah, it's got a nice crust on the top and on the sides, but the rest of it's soft down through the middle. It's a good pudding consistency. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Give us a like and a subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Comment down below if you try this recipe. Let me know how it goes. I think this recipe would also be a good candidate to do in a Dutch oven over a fire. Let us know if you try that too. We'll see you next time on Exploring Victoria.